I's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader, and I hope you're doing well, my beloved. This is your general reading for your cash, calling, and career for the first quarter of the year, which includes January, February, March. If this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. If you are returning, Sagittarius, I love having you. Now, the energies that I am seeing off the bat is a focus that needs to happen in regards to our legacy, our finances, and our business. And I'm seeing in our cash sector that we just need to master our finances in regards to our business, what we give out for free versus does that come back in return, etc., etc. We'll expand on that a bit more. And then what I see in your career sector is just us doing the balancing act in regards to work and career, going in a different direction and bringing in the right people to help. Now, let's start off with the center of your reading. We have that of the 10 of Pentacles. So this is all of those things, Pentacles, when we have a 10. It is family, it's the dog, it's the car, it's the job, it's the money, it's all of those things. And I expanded on that, and I have the Ace of Spades. And the Ace of Spades is all about focus. So Spirit is asking us and encouraging us to focus on all things Pentacles, all those things I just said. I feel like that if we just create a focus, we're going to start seeing some benefits in our family area, in all matters that touches those things Pentacle. Now, when I go into your money sector, Sagittarius, I see that of the 9 of Swords, the Justice energy, another sword, and the Fool energy. So a few things, and I expanded on all three of those because I was getting different energies here. So with the 9 of Swords, I feel like that money for the first quarter might be a little bit challenging. Perhaps we're recovering from the holidays. I feel like in regards to business, and for those of you who kind of make money off of your business, I feel like that you didn't end up quite where you thought you were going to end up. But I think make sure you take a look at your general reading for January. I feel like that we touched on your money sector in business. And if I'm not mistaken, if I remember it correctly, we were going to come to a plateau. It was going to start off a little bit slower before it got better. And I feel like that's the energy that we're feeling right now. And so we're stressing out about it. Like, did I make the right decision? Did I put my money in the right investment? You know, should I have invested in myself? Should I have spent that money on these gifts? I'm hearing that as well. And I have the 7 of Clubs that I expanded, and this is all about that struggle. You see them both struggling over that same branch. So I can see here, since this is in our cash sector, that we have been having a bit of a struggle in regards to our cash, and perhaps this is going to be for January, February, and March. I don't want you to feel discouraged, because through the struggle, we are going to find mastery. When I expand on that Fool, right? This is about us starting a new journey. And what I like about the Fool energy is that it's not new, it's just a new experience. So for example, you may know how to ride a bike, but you don't know how to ride a tricycle. So it's going to take a new set of skills and mastery that you've learned from riding the bike to ride the tricycle. And that's where we are here, Sagittarius. I feel like that this new journey, this new way of doing things is only unfamiliar to you because you're changing the way you're doing it. And then I have here the Queen of Diamonds that I expanded on that. And this is about mastery. This is about connecting to nature as well. So I don't know if you sell a product which has natural ingredients, but I feel like that we do need to get a bit more natural and a bit more creative with nature and incorporate that into your business. Also, I'm also getting that follow the natural patterns of your business for money, right? So for example, if you notice that a certain product is not selling just because you like it, don't keep buying that product. Also, what I'm hearing is if you naturally are seeing that people are taking advantage. So for example, I actually see some of you giving away service, right? And perhaps you started off that way because you want to kind of wet people's whistle, so to speak, and you thought that was a good way to get them in. For some reason, people don't like free. I don't know why. They don't see the value in free. They see the value in being charged. So I feel like that's what you need to do. And I feel like that you need to relook at what you charge versus what you pay to get that product and to ship that product, or whatever service that you are giving. I think you need to charge a bit more for your worth. So I am hearing a mastery that needs to happen on this new way of doing things. So then we have that of the Justice. This is Libran energy, and I expanded that with the King of Diamonds. And this is financial abundance in a business sector. So for this to be in the Justice energy, I feel like that once we start doing that, because this is all about fairness, right? It's not fair for you to give away services. It's not fair for you to charge less than what you paid for something. I don't care if it's friends and family, right? They should support you and pay what you're worth, okay? So I think that's gonna be the transition for this first quarter in order to get out of this energy and get out of this energy is charge what you're worth, okay? And I also feel like that there's gonna be, for this first quarter is managing your time as well. I think we need to get better at managing our time as far as how much time we put into business and how much time we put into family, okay? Now, when I expand, in your career sector, I have that of the Temperance, the Queen of Swords, more Libran energy, and the Knight of Cups. So again, I feel like that for those of us who do have our own business, or maybe you don't have your own business, maybe you're just a manager or a CEO, this is about bringing some new, fresh energy into the fold. Make them an offer. I feel like that you already have a couple of people in mind. I feel like you have a particular person in mind, and you're thinking like they're too young, and not necessarily in age, but in experience. But I feel like that outlook, that perspective is going to be fresh for what you're trying to do. I also feel like that for those of you who do have a family business, because I feel like with you Sagittarians that you have more of a family oriented business, have faith in that younger energy, have faith in that son, have faith in that nephew, have faith in that grandson, that granddaughter, that just because they are labeled as millennial or etc., right? There could be other labels. I feel like you're not giving them a chance to show what they're truly made of. And I feel like they may be even Piscean too. And with this Queen of Swords, this is about making decisions. Don't be wishy-washy in the career sector, in your job sector, Sagittarius. And typically you're not a wishy-washy type person. So I don't know if you're working with someone who is indecisive, or who's not being 100% like making decisions. That's holding your business back. So if it's you, be confident in your decisions, even if you're brand new to the sector or you don't have as much experience in that field yet. Be confident in what you're doing and the decisions that you're making. That is going to make your team more confident in what you're doing, and they'll be more apt, and they'll understand your direction and expectations as well when we are clear and concise about that. So then I have this here of the Temperance. So this is about balance. It has to be a balancing act, Sagittarius. It has to be where we give a little, but we expect a little bit more. And I do feel like that. I feel like that is your alchemy, right? It doesn't sound even, much like we have here in the scales of the Justice, and much like we have here in the Cup. I feel like that you almost need to give a little to get back a lot, and not in a selfish way. I feel like it needs to be that way in order for you to feel what that feels like, to like quench that thirst of how success feels. And once that imbalance is going to help you balance. I hope that makes sense. Now let's go into your calling sector, and I have that of the Chariot. I have Cancerian energy here. This is energy of success. It's also a major arcana. I see you really moving forward with your calling, and I feel like a lot of you, thank you Spirit, I feel like a lot of you, like Spirit's telling me, like they don't even need to be told what their calling is. They know, because they are being tugged, they're being pulled, and some of you are being dragged into your calling. Some of you are being called to fight for the rights. Some of you are being called to fight for others. Some of you are being called to fight for the children, to fight for the animals, to fight for human and decent rights, for morality. I just feel like that some of you are standing up for others, or standing up for a cause. So I am feeling that, like, some of you are really going to be the charge of that. Well, speaking of, this is also in your calling sector, which is the Knight of Wands. And look at him charging. He is charging towards something passionate, and he's the teenager, right? So this is that energy of being the child and being naive to all of it. And once you become a teenager, you don't have all the experience of it, but you have enough to where you're like, that's not right. So I'm feeling like that some of you are being charged to do what's right and fight for people's rights. And because I do have the Justice card there, and the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, you know what you're being called and pulled to do. So there's that. Listen, I absolutely adore you. If I haven't said this already, be sure to check out your general reading for January. I think there's gonna be some nuggets there. And look at the calling, career, and cash video from 2020. I think you're gonna find some interesting nuggets there as well. I absolutely adore you.